Okay.
So you went there? Pardon you?
Yes, Professor.
That's good.
Thank you.
What's the temperature like in that place now, roughly?
Maybe like
30,
33 or something.
35.
35.
At 10 o'clock? 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
25 it makes 35 degrees. Daytime it goes above 40 degrees. Like there's a rule, no, throughout worldwide that if the temperature goes above 50 degree officially, you have to shut down everything, schools and colleges and everything. Like I heard it somewhere. But even if it goes above 50 degree in India, they won't tell it officially. They'll keep everything running.
Just another day.
Yeah, it's just another day. I'm not sure if it is correct or not, but then I heard from someone.
Actually, it's a bit slow in my PC. Like it requires high specification, high-end specification.
We asked the technical support about accessing the computer remotely, even from our home, because their laptop is slow. So if they want to work from home, and they said they'll have to ask your permission, like, because it is your system.
Okay.
Okay, so like I'll write a mail.
Right, send me an email.
Okay.
And Professor, this is how Open Daylight virtual machine, which have been released by SDN Hub, appears as. It is like operating system, Linux operating system.
It's like a whole package which comes with different controllers, not only Open Daylight. This virtual machine has Open Floodlight, the Floodlight controller, POX, Strema, everything, and then it has a lot of Open B switches, and this is like a whole bundle to learn the SDN.
It's like a framework.
Yeah, it supports Mininet. Like these are the supports it extends. Like
The controllers.
All these controllers, switches, Mininet, Wireshark to analyze the traffic, and these are the editors when it comes to application development.
Okay, how about this? Because we don't have too much time.
Okay.
I will go to the lab sometime this week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have to move on to the
Yeah.
You also have something related to BitTorrent?
Like they have given some links to download the package, either
Oh,
from that
okay.
or just like
Okay. It's not for integration of SDN and BitTorrent.
No,
It's the return link to
Okay.
download.
Yeah.
But we'll go with OVA, downloading a OVA file, which is much simpler. So we just tried that.
Yeah, I mean, is that a chair?
No.
No?
Is it focusing better? Is it connected?
We probably need to have a function key. We need to have functions. So
Go to the normal display. SDN code. SDN code. Yeah. I think you have to. Yeah. Your display. No, not resolution.
Good afternoon to everyone, and thanks for giving me this nice opportunity. And my presentation is about the firewall design for the open flow controller. Since I am dealing about the SDN security, I am going to implement the firewall design for the open flow controller. And especially I want to say that I am using only the open flow 1.3 because it's the current version that the industries are now using for the open flow controller. And these are the outlines. Since on the previous presentation itself I said about what's the security and what's the negative security, and in this presentation I'm going to deal about the possible vulnerabilities that are possible even in OpenFlow 1.3 itself. And next I'm going to lead to the SSL connection, since the SSL connection are used in every OpenFlow controller, like the connection between the switches and the controllers, and accessing the controller via the OpenFlow switches even. And especially the table means table, I'm going to deal especially because it's going to play the major part in OpenFlow version 1.3. And I'm going to propose my method that can be used by the OpenFlow 1.3 itself, because since it's OpenFlow 1.3 is used. Now this is just an example architecture setup, like the controller and the switches and the hosts are connected. The red color boxes are mentioned at the host. The reason I mentioned that the hacker can be used, the hacker can attack through any switches or through any hosts like this. We don't know where the hacker can attack, because the switches hacker can multiply in any kind of attacks. Like this is the example for how the attacker can use it. And the next is these are the possible attacks, like crashing the controller, duplication, adding the announcer. I will say briefly about everything. Crashing the controller. The basic attack can be performed by crashing the controller, is a flooding attack. And the another one is a duplication of control. Duplication of control, I will say briefly about the duplication of controller or the SSL connection itself. And adding n number of switches, it's moreover close to crashing the controller. Sending multiple requests from a single switch is moreover similar to adding n number of switches and sending one request from n number of switches. Then it looks like similar crashing and adding n number of switches. And the denial of service attack in the OpenFlow 1.0, they have been suffered heavily by the denial of service attacks. But here in OpenFlow 1.3, they have inbuilt features to overcome the denial of service. And look at this, like this. In this example, the attacker is trying to adjust the controller from every switches, like this is where starting. The attacker starting from S1, and the path he gets access to the switches and he gets access to the controller, but he doesn't get the access to the controller. Then he moves to the switch 2, then he tries the same, and he moves to the switch 3. But in the switch 3 he got the access to the controller. I will tell about how he got the access to the controller to the switch by the switch 3. And this is where I already told you, like duplicating the controller. Since why the reason I have mentioned it's a SSL connection. It's the SSL connection have been used from connection between every switches and the controller. The reason why I have mentioned the SSL connection is it's a physical connection. So since if an attacker wants to duplicate the controller, he has to manually tap the SSL connection. Then only he can duplicate the same controller itself. Else he have to design a new controller. That's why duplication of the controller is more closely hard and moreover impossible in the network. And another thing is it's the only way where the switches and the controllers can be connected. Else he cannot implement the new switch to connect to controller with any other kind of devices.